We completed our break and now must actually do the plan. Remember the plan.
Oh, yeah. It was a good plan.
What does this plan demand of us, Brain?
Well, according to my brain manual, let me just see if I can find the page right. Oh.
Go on, do tell.
The plan requires effort.
Ah! Effort, you say?
Yes.
This revelation? I find it disgusting.
Enthusiasm is common, endurance is rare. That's from the book Grit by Angela Duckworth. We had all the enthusiasm on New Year's Eve last week. Now it's time to do the plan. This revelation, I find it disgusting. I think the old mate Brain says. All right. Day 43 and 90 of ORCA. The reason why I am doing this live in public is because of the 3 pillars of success from Keith Cunningham's book, The Road Less Stupid. The ORCA process drives that for us. If you don't know what that's about, go back to episode 1 and you'll be able to see exactly when I set this up and why I'm doing it. If we decide to work together at some point, you're going to go through the exact same process. Not that you're going to have to do 90 of them live, but you're going to have to string them together. This is what it's all about. This is the single most important framework that you'll put in place. But as one of the guys says in a video that Ryan Tierney did recently, that's Ryan just saying, I'm going to play a clip of him in a minute. Tools and techniques are the easy bit. It's keeping your leaders engaged, motivated, and able to sustain it. That's your real challenge. Here's a question that they need to be asking, or you need to be asking yourself on a daily basis.
How can I improve this? And if you start with that thinking, how can I improve? Not how can you all improve, how can I improve? And that's all we have to do, because guess what happens then? You become this lean ball of energy and everybody around you improves, and then everybody around them improves. And that's how you create a culture. How can I?
I repeat that quote from before. Tools and techniques are the easy bit. It's getting your leaders engaged, motivated, and able to sustain it. That is your real challenge. Ryan just gave you the formula for how you keep people engaged, motivated, and able to sustain it, and that's by improving yourself. Want some more on that? A good mate of mine, Tom Hughes, wrote a book called, funnily enough, Improvement Starts With, can you guess what improvement starts with? It starts with I, okay? So, you need a link to that, let me know. And other than that, we're going to get into the ORCA process, which I've been asking myself that question since I watched that video this morning. How can I improve this ORCA process? The way that I'm doing, what I'm focusing on at the moment is by verifying full kit first. So every time that I do a task now, I verify full kit first. I'm actually going to up the ante on it very soon and get it to ask me as well about what sort of task actually is this, Bernie. Is it in your sweet spot? You're doing social media with extreme confidence. This is very rare. Is it in repositioning your message or position? You're selecting team members, public speaking, establishing values and culture and maintaining it, or planning and prioritizing your day. Actually, they're the 3 that I stick to predominantly for what I do when I work with clients, okay? Planning and prioritizing your day, doing social media with extreme confidence. As he says, that's very rare. He calls those $1,000 per hour tasks because of the effect. These cause the effect of adding that to your bottom line. And then the last one, of course, establishing values and culture, which he calls 10K per hour task. All right, let's get into our wingman session. Which GPT have we got up here? We've got big ass year up. We need the ORCA wingman. ORCA wingman. This should be the one from yesterday. New shift, day 43 of 90. It is Monday, the 5th of January, 2026. We're on a bit of a roll here. We're just about to hit 50% on Wednesday, halfway through. Is this a home ORCA or a travel ORCA? This is a home ORCA. just asked me that because he might say to me, do you want to do the extra loop afterwards? And if I do that today, I might just do it on a bit of paper instead of the whiteboard, because whiteboard's covered up with my big ass year. I'll bring a video tomorrow that shows the big ass year while we're doing that. I was going to do it today, but I wanted you to see that Ryan Tierney video first. Binary only, no stories, task validation. Did you complete yesterday's must-do tasks? All 3 tasks were complete. I'm going to tweak this up a little bit. How can we improve this process? Objective 1, state today's one objective. Rules, reminder, only one objective only. Concrete, human, binary. No abstract, no future framing. What was today's objective? Today's objective is to kick off engagement in the school community, and I did that via live that I'm calling Smoko. So he should be happy with that. That was one objective today. I really need to get that community running, and I need to get people, as this book he speaks to, hooked, intrinsically motivated to turn up and interact in that group every single day. Step 2, binary factual. Was the objective achieved? Yes, it was. Identify what actually created the result. Call out the behaviours. So the behaviours were, I went and checked my phone first thing this morning to see what the 3 tasks were. I set myself up the night before. I had my day planned out. I didn't actually write the Kanban ticket. I need to get back in the habit of doing that. Please set one other task that you set for me today needs to be around writing a Kanban ticket. Didn't write a physical one, although I did a digital one in the Trello board. The other thing is I've now set pretty much all of my GPTs up that I work with, or when I start working with them, I introduce them to the verify full kit process. And each time that I start, I'm giving them the date, each day that I start, and telling them this is a new task. We need to verify full kit first, and they're starting to take me through that process. It's not perfect yet, but it is started. So that's how I am using them as the wingman. Need to start making this a bit harder. I believe I'm getting everything done too well here, so we need to push a little bit harder. Actions for tomorrow. Set tomorrow 3 must-do actions only. Executable tomorrow, binary. Remove negotiation. Tomorrow's 3 must-do tasks. Verify full kit before first task. Binary verified, not verified. Write a physical Kanban ticket before starting the first execution block. Run 1 deliberate engagement action inside school, post or live. No extras, no optimization. 3 out of 3 were completed today. No, I don't want to run the optional visual reflection loop today. I'm not going to do that today. What I do want to do, when you got the handover notes, did the other GPT give you the timeline for ramping this back up with more cognitive load, and when we're going to introduce the flex planning process? See when we're going to start screwing the heat back up on this. See if we can start getting some. Okay, ORCA for day 3 is already closed. Step 6 declined. So for now, this post ORCA verification, which is allowed. Yes, the timeline is explicitly defined and already locked from the handover you provided. Nothing is missing, nothing is inferred. Here's the authoritative ramp up. Days 42 to 45. Sunday 4th of Jan to Wednesday the 7th of Jan. Current state, you're here. ORCA only, daily execution index, full kit, embedded, 0 additional cognitive load. Explicitly not allowed yet. Flex planning, weekly overlays, new frameworks, extra thinking layers. Purpose, make execution boring again, lock behaviour and remove novelty. You have to get used to this being boring. You might have noticed throughout this that some of this content isn't highly engaging. That wasn't the purpose of it. The purpose of it was to show you what result I could get over 90 days when I stack this up for over 90 days. Flex intro lightweight, days 46 to 49, Thursday the 8th of January. So Thursday, this is why I've got the full big ass, well it's not the big ass calendar yet, wait for the big ass calendar to travel here, but we've got this one in its place. Thursday the 8th of Jan, 8th here, we should start flex. So we'll write that in there so that we make sure he doesn't skip it and we don't miss it. Introduce lightly, morning only, 5 to 10 minutes max, checklist base, optional, hard rule. If flex adds friction, it pauses automatically. ORCA remains unchanged and protected. What we're doing, the whole purpose of this full 90 days is to lock this in. Once we get past about 65 or 66 reps, somewhere around there, he's going to say this is locked as a habit and you can start screwing the intensity up on it. Flex morning planning, 1 objective, 3 must-do tasks, full kit verification, Kanban written, end of day ORCA. Stay conditions, ORCA streak intact, daily execution index, less than greater than 2 average, less than 2 average, 0 sequence violations. Violation equals automatic regression to phase 2. Fail safe. If anything spikes, travel, fatigue, cognitive load, sequence slips, pause flex first, not ORCA. ORCA protects identity. Flex improves direction. The bottom line, you do not need to remember this. I will enforce it. You will not get to pull flex forward early. You're executing perfectly for where you are in the curve. And this is one of the mistakes that we made, and I've done this as a superintendent as well, is when we get to it and I looked at it from a theory of constraint perspective or a physics perspective. A system operates at its best when it is at 80% load. It moves the quickest. We all think we're fucking smarter than physics and think we can jam some extra in. We can stretch them a bit more. We can get a squeeze a bit more out of this. That's not how you get the most done. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. When you get the system up to 80%, and this is what the AI does when you use it, like I'm talking about now, which is not as a calculator, not as answer my question for me, but as a strategic thought partner, which I've been training it over and over and over again. You would have seen how I've done it right throughout this whole ORCA process. I'll pull it up when it needs to, but it pushes back on me as well. I want to introduce flex now, and it's going, no. You introduce that now, you've introduced a level of complexity where you are likely to fail. That is not the point of what we're doing at the moment. The point of what we're doing at the moment is to cement this so that it's like, the way I describe it is, this should be like when you hop in your car and you put your seatbelt on. It happens without even thinking. That's the point that you need to get to with your teams. That's where you will hit and move from a shit show in a flawless execution when people are at a level where this stuff just maintains. It happens automatically. That's where we need to get. We're not at the automatic level just yet. The indicators are saying I'm still not there. Next interaction will be day 44 of 90, 6th of January 2026. And I'll again ask one question, tight, clean, and on track. All right. Reason why this is working is because we're trusting the process and we're sticking to the plan, which is a bit, like he said, don't want to introduce novelty. Want to make sure that you maintain when this is boring. I'll repeat that quote again that I opened at the start with. Tools and techniques are the easy bit. It's keeping your leaders engaged, motivated, and able to sustain it. That's your real challenge. That's how we are at day 43 of 90 so far.
We completed our break and now must actually do the plan. Remember the plan.
Oh, yeah. It was a good plan.
What does this plan demand of us, Brain?
Well, according to my brain manual, let me just see if I can find the page right. Ooh.
Go on, do tell.
The plan requires effort.
Effort, you say?
Yes.
This revelation? I find it disgusting.